Danganronpa.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Fun Guy, and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa. Trigger Happy Havoc. Last time, we wrapped up Chapter 5. Now we're heading into the final chapter, Chapter 6. Let's get it started right off. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story. Yeah, you're right. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the master. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, can you use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Yoko took the key out of the Yoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. Then, yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And then we can get out. Let's go. Sounds good. Excuse me. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage. Finally. We were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
You'll lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. Now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always been in that. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is never light or a detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. Okay, that's not how that works, but alright. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, but I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here. Shoot. Okay. Before I came here, I was looking up info about the school online, and never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kiri detective would never do. Excuse me, not Kokiri, Kitty Giddy. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because of, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reunited after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to you about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What?
I...
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? Last time I saw him, he was still very young. So I don't remember myself. But apparently, he was extremely intelligent. He wasn't in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However,
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and he had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that was true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I would never have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative. She was more emotional. I don't blame him. There we go. Sorry, a cat got in the way. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not. But it's not true.
However,
There's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
so...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However,
But when the rest of the family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I want to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. We are connected by heart and soul. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul? I was so shocked by her, excuse me. Pardon me. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. Back?
That's right.
Remember that head to the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier. It should open without much trouble. Well, there goes nothing. I reached my right hand and pushed against the hatch. Hatch opened with ease. So, looks like we're back.
Whew.
I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I would never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. It's just returning the favor. This is how we got out of the garbage can. Never would have imagined that's where this led. The switch that raises and lowers the gate. We never did set up that cleaning unit rotation. There are more. Okay, hang on. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might.
Listen.
Your word? Yeah, of course.
So then.
Let's just get a confirmation. Huh?
In other words.
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with your statement. Wait, that's.
However.
If you try to hide, it's only a matter of clothes and it's not like you're just running away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, you should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
Because
the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind isn't ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed in the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind left their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we could talk to Monokuma, we could confirm it. And it'll be better for us. Excuse me. And it'll be better for us if we can get directly. If we can go. Oh my god. And it'll be better if. It'll be better for us if we can go to him directly before he cuts down. That should help us with our investigations. I'm still a little... No, I'm super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the jail.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about collecting all the keys, or all the coins in this last round. Just because I want to I'm kind of getting done with this. It's just kind of dragging on for a little longer than I wanted it to. Doesn't mean I'm not having fun, but I'm ready to wrap this game up, you know what I mean? Plus, with the new project that I'm working on, we'll still have more content coming out. And I'm still working on Wind Waker at the same time, so I've got a lot of things that I'm working on.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What would you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again! And this time, I won't leave anything to chance! Kyoko... What?
However...
You just say one thing.
No.
If you answer, that means you lose. Not that I'm Huh? I lose?
Hey!
You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up this latest trial yourself, right? I was getting in the way, so you wanted an excuse to kill.
In other words...
I was supposed to show you black and an expert, right? Hey! What are you talking about?
However...
When Makoto chose to look alive, your plan was bad. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by blaming Makoto, Blackwater, and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No more than that. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However...
Then, wasn't another unexpected development made an instant that would roll in your precious execution. Machinery? Alter ego. Oh, no, excuse me. Alter ego? Never imagined the possibility of being that. You would never imagine the possibility of being that. Come to our aid even at a
Am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill you. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackwing is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game! You sure the Blackwing is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well...
No, I can't. I'll just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? to make such a bold claims without a shred of evidence?
That doesn't matter.
I don't have this before, but with little more time,
That's right.
no matter how good I try to err, there's only one.
Boom, boom.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have been willingly. He never would have been willingly. He would have really was another execution. He would have tried to kill He would have been gripped by the despair he loved, so loved to inspire.
however,
But here you are, confronting me. And here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence.
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto right now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think. We would assume that because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair will never.
Hey,
Of course, you would say we're just making it live. What you say we're making this up? We're welcome to this world. No, you have no choice but to. Because if you don't know your own innocence, you'll be accepted for your own. To earn our despair, fair despair.
that's what we have to do.
Then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
You move this trial over. Only this time, you allow me to follow the school regulations to ensure
It's time for one last showdown.
a time for
One final
last
battle
shot.
between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, hope to make well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? Fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of the hero's killer, the masterminds of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'd probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was just getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be possible. It could certainly make for one a honey of a climax.
in other words,
You mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, it'll be fair. It'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? That I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. You agreed? Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries. That's right. Every last mystery that's flying around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain
then that'll be enough
myself!
to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's where That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good! Then let's bear it all! If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
then you win! But if you can't do it all, then we'll all fix it. We'll all fix it. We'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement! Will you learn the whole truth? What kind of despair will you show me? As excited as you are.
Listen to me.
When we uncover every last how will the ultimate despair feel our own despair? Honestly, I can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be suspicious. I said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations, which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to have taken a single step in Host Week since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden? I'm not talking!
Angry!
I've got nothing left to say to you! So get lost, would ya? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotional.
Hey!
Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. Just really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later enough. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra super punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, let's go. Okay. I am not doing that. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym.